tell us about like how you got into a wheelchair, like in your accident, like
9 years ago. So like, imagine being the #1 Asian bodybuilder on the planet overnight, and like you're doing seminars all over the world. You're doing nutrition seminars, training seminars, guest posing at all the local bodybuilding shows, and then overnight, like basically everything comes to a halt. So what I mean by that is I went in for surgery about 9 years ago, for an aorta surgery, and because they put a stent in, and then it didn't hold up. So basically, the blood flow was going around the stent versus through the stent, and I knew something major was happening. I felt like 1,000 pound on my chest, and so I drove myself to the hospital.
oh my God.
And then so
Of course you did.
I drove
Of course you
myself.
did.
I drove myself to Kaiser, and I sat in the parking lot, and I knew they didn't have a good cardiologist at the time, and then I decided to drive myself to Mercy downtown. After I'm sitting in the parking lot at
Contemplating.
Kaiser, going, you know what?
Like, I don't wanna die today.
If I go here, I know I'm gonna die because they don't have a good cardiologist. So I drove myself to Mercy General downtown, and then when I went in, my blood pressure was 240 over 180, and it was hypertension. They took me in on emergency right away, and they cut me from the back of my shoulder blade through my rib cage to the front of my stomach, so pretty much fillet me sideways, and basically fixed me the right way. And when I woke up, I had a spinal cord injury. I couldn't feel my legs, couldn't move my toes, and I was kind of halfway drugged up. So I thought, what? So I went and took the first step. I fall off the couch, and then I realized, you know what, then I just couldn't believe it. I sat there and just like, you know what, this can't really be happening to me right now, right?
Coming from a man that's so active and yeah.
You said it was like the clock story where it wasn't moving.
Yeah, so the best way to explain a spinal cord injury is like looking at the clock and trying to move it with your eyes. Because there's no movements, there's nothing. Matter of fact, I just had another scar on my shin, didn't even know, and it's all bloody until I looked down and realized that I had
You cut yourself.
You nicked it
cut
on
myself
something.
because I couldn't feel
Feel
it,
it.
and that's just but I decided to, you know what, if I want to live life. And I remember the doctor coming in 2 days later because he went and did a seminar over there in New York, and it was sport athletes and aorta. And he says he looked on the big screen, and there I was on the big screen. And he came back, he was like, it was just surreal. He said, you have a spinal cord injury, there's a chance you'll never walk again. And all I remember is telling him, I said, doctor, if walking is the only thing I have to do, I said, I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna live life. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm not gonna stop just because I have a spinal cord injury.